Yo, Friday Night Flows, Johnny Hustle. And as I told you before, you know, I kind of alluded to, I'm sitting here with one of my big brothers. I learned a lot from. Without further ado, man, Mr. Mardia Scott. I would put a title on your name, but if I put one on there, I feel
go
like
too far back.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave like 5 off. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I say entrepreneur, then it's not like, okay, what about?
That ain't enough,
you know,
huh?
Yeah, you miss a whole bunch of stuff, man. It's good to see you.
Man, joy
Happy to see you.
Yes, sir.
How you and the family been sticking
Man,
up
we've
during
been
this?
great, man. And to find out that you on there, Mama, I got me a show. Doc, I am so proud of you and what God is doing in your life, man. You have no idea. Johnny Hustle.
Johnny Hustle.
BJ to me. Forever BJ. We'll get into that later.
We'll get into that
But
later.
everything's been going lovely, man. Thank you for coming over, changing the set.
I appreciate
Big love to Terrence, man, for allowing you guys to invade our territory.
Don't tell him I'm here, though. Because that equipment costs a lot of money. And, you know, I ain't got that kind of money.
I had my wife to sign a waiver, so we...
We not gonna go too far back right now. What you got going on right now? Like what's
Right now, man, it's all about the music right now.
Okay.
Man. It took me almost 15, 16 years, BJ, to come back to the music, you know? And it's a joy to know that God chose to have me to drop my net at one moment, pick it back up the next, you know? He allowed me to enter the music industry when I wasn't saved, learn it, and now he's using it for his glory on this side, man. So it's been all about the music, man. And the music has now turned into a movement, the Amazing Love of God movement from one song. You know, we did the song Amazing, was graced to get a huge following of over 2.8 million views, and it just kind of took off from there, man. So that's where I'm at right now, all about the music.
That's cool. Speaking of the music, got your new video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on the show, so stay tuned. Give me a couple of minutes. Got your new video. Go ahead, you know, give us some.
Now, the new video, man, is called Miracles.
Okay.
It was inspired during this pandemic. A lot going on, man, a lot going on. I got a lot of calls from members of our church, from people in our life and our circle who was affected by the pandemic. But what I saw was a lack of faith, man, that although it is a horrific moment, God is still in control.
You still got to lean on him.
Still got to lean on him. He's still a miracle working God. And so I was inspired, man, during the pandemic, got into the track, got into producing the track. It came out real strong. And so we were able to put the video together. And we did it all in front of green screen. Couldn't go nowhere, so we couldn't change scenes, you know. And so we did it about 6 or 7 months ago. And we tweaked and tweaked until we got it right, released it. And right now it's building. I think we had 315,000 views. So we're excited about the exposure that we're getting, man.
I got 315,000 videos and I ain't got 315,000 views. So.
Cut it out. You are Steve Harvey, BJ, Johnny Hustle, baby.
I ain't got 315,000 views.
Well, man, God's been good, man, but the song means a lot, though. And I pray that whenever y'all do get a chance to air it, I hope the audience will hear the words, man, and be inspired by the song.
What you mean when we get a chance? You about to throw it to the video right now? In fact, right now, go ahead and throw it to the video.
I forgot Terrence wasn't here. You just doing your thing.
I do what I want to, man. He ain't here to see all that format and all that. We ain't doing none of that today.
We ain't law life.
We throwing it to his video first, and we might throw it to a Scooby-Doo video after that. I don't know yet. Without further ado, throw it to the video.
Oh, man, we about to throw it into the video. I'm so grateful to be on the show right here with Johnny Hustle. I hope you love this latest video by the Apostle. It's entitled Miracles.
Friday Night Flows. We back. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny Hustle.
Let's get real intimate right now. 2000, 2001. I was 17-ish. Started hanging around at your barbershop / t-shirt shop / studio.
Don't mention the other part. Don't mention the other part.
Yeah, / Youth Spirits meeting headquarters.
Yes, sir.
You know, I always was in the church or whatever, but as a young man with responsibilities, I started hanging with you, and you actually tailored, you know what I'm saying, me to always be myself, but you have to lean on this. You gotta have faith. You gotta believe in yourself. It started with youth spirits. Shout out Donna, shout out Fred, shout out Troy,
Yes, sir.
shout out Dre,
Yes,
shout
sir.
out Damon.
Yes, sir.
Not to take up too much of the segment. Just tell us about, youth spirits, and that was my first, personal. Mardia is a minister. And I like it. Like, this cool. Like, I might become a minister. But you never made it about. With us, you never made it about learning the Bible, learning religion, but actually taking those experiences, the ones that you can relate to, and then kind of coattail your faith and make it something that you can. A positive, not making it something that you have to do, or mama got to make you go to church Sunday.
Yeah.
Just I almost done talked about the whole thing. But,
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Donnie, Dre, Damon, all those, Frank. Now Frank is one of the, he associate pastor here at Law Life Ministry.
Why?
Right? Frank
dog,
is actually an associate. Big shout out to Frank Laverne.
Big shout out, man.
He's a huge part. My wife was just mentioning him the other day, man. He is strong in his faith. He's been married, got kids, doing well, and he talks a lot about youth spirits.
And you can, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're just gonna keep this abstract. From Donnie, family man, Fred, businessman, Dale, Damon, Dre.
Damon just got married.
Right, and I feel like I'm that last one that's like, man, all us done crossed over.
But
man.
even look at it then, though, BJ. Even in that setting, even if you were the youngest, you was much younger than Dre. Think about it. You still was the leader. I think that the way you lead is important, man. While they are in a DNA of family, children, future college tuitions, you are running with the vision that God gave you, man. You are running and being productive with what God gave you to put in the earth. I don't want to see any of you die. I don't care if it come through marriage, education, come through a church, or come through music. I don't want to see any of you die with what God put in you. Don't take it to the grave. I want you to make sure you have deposited it all here in earth, man. And so when I see you running like you are, please don't compare your lane to anybody else, because the lane you in, my man, Johnny Hustle, man, you're doing great for yourself, and I know God is proud. And that's all I wanted y'all to learn as youth spirits.
And you every day you instill something in all us, and like the thing was, bro, you actually like tailored to our strengths. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing that, okay, well, they gonna listen to BJ, so hey, BJ, go tell them this. I'm like, I'm not going to tell them this. Like, you really expect me to tell my friends this? Man, you go tell them this, they gonna listen. I'm like, all right.
And they did.
And they,
And I think what my blessing was, Andre, he was the oldest in the group. He was my oldest nephew.
Right.
We're only 2.5 years apart. See, that's what made it powerful, is that I was yet raising nephews, Donnie and Dre and Damon and Keedy and all of them, but yet I wasn't but a few years older than them, because my mother had 7 children. I was the baby of the 7, so by the time the oldest had their first child, I was just being born.
That was me and your relation. You grew up with my brother, and you knew he was, hey, BJ, you the youngest, and you the youngest by 8 years.
Right. But what's ironic, your brother, when I was growing up in the streets, who I was looking up to. You know what I mean? He come pick me up, man, and he's shooting the breeze with me, teaching me how to run the streets, man, teaching me how to, and he never ever judged me. He just taught me how to be a man, and then you come along, and here I am.
Paying it forward.
In the battle. Rest in peace to your brother, man, but look, the strength that you have, because I knew him, it comes through him, man.
We have to keep going with that one. That's table talk right there. We're gonna keep that for table talk. I'm gonna tell you about that too. Table talk. We back. Friday night flows. Man, just want to take a real quick snippet and make sure everybody's staying safe. Following protocols. You know what I'm saying? We still under, most people under different phases or whatever, but I just want to encourage everybody to stay safe, But back to Mr. Mardia Scott. Let me go all the way back
Mm-hmm.
Where your love for music come from? Like, let me specify that question. Who was your favorite artist, and who was molding your style?
Hands down was Michael Jackson.
Okay.
From a child, before rap music was able to infiltrate my mama's back door.
Right.
my first love for music came from Michael, man. Did a talent show in the 2nd grade, North Highlands Elementary, you know, right there.
Right down Point Road.
That's right. Miss Helen was the principal, man, and I tell you, I won 2nd grade talent show. Felt like a king. You talking about feeling like a king? My sister always was 2 years ahead of me. Mm-hmm. She didn't even want to own me. Could you believe that? Susan Scott Johnson didn't want to own her little brother until after he won first place in the talent show. But, now I'm her little brother.
But the thing with Susan is, and shout out to Susan,
yes, sir.
You have to do something to amaze her. Passing tests don't even intrigue her. Oh, Susan was, she's the epitome of that's what you're supposed to do. Like,
speaking of Susan, I know Terrence not here, but I kind of hooked up with him before the show.
Okay.
I found a few photos. Just a few. Kind of back in the days when you were on the other side of life, feeling your way through Mr. Steve Harvey / Jesus Christ on the cross of Nazareth on Easter Sunday. Yeah, Susan gave me a few pictures.
But this Friday Night Flows and not Friday Night Flash.
But see, what I'm saying, though, is everybody needs to know who Johnny Hustle is. I'm here to reveal the true Johnny Hustle, that his hustle didn't just start here on the show. He used to hustle even in the church. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Susie again. But Susie used to drag him around and make him come to rehearsal.
Every play.
Oh, every church play there was. Who was the star of the play? Johnny Hustle. Johnny Jones. Yes, sir. Johnny Jones Jr. That's what Susie called him, a.k.a. BJ. No Johnny Hustle then. And he was the best. You put a stage light on Johnny, he gonna give you 130%. He gonna act if he's Jesus. He gonna act if he's Steve Harvey. And then I heard you been doing a little devil work on the other side of things. Am I right?
Yeah, shout out Mr. Dudley, Shiloh Baptist Church. He cast me as Satan in the church play.
And it don't matter if you Satan, Jesus, or Steve Harvey. I tell the world, Johnny Hustle gonna always give you 100%. So I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of your past, and I'm proud of your faithfulness to the art that God has given you, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. But back to the show. Back to you. Speaking of shows, what about your endeavor and your entertainment, television, media? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really going well. Now, you got to understand, as I progressed in music, the song Amazing just really, really took off.
Okay.
I wrote the song at a dark place in my life, at a dreary place where I was going through, and God had to remind me of how amazing and unconditional his love really was. And so the lyrics, man, are really from a place of disparity, but yet of truth, because I understood that no matter how much despair I felt, his love was amazing enough to cover it all, where I didn't have to walk in condemnation. And I think the song, the video, the lyrics, it identified with so many people. And from there, it turned into a movement. Right here in the small city of Baker, the mayor signed a resolution making January 1st the Amazing Love of God Celebration Day. That's huge, BJ.
That's I mean, everything that, you know what I'm saying, you done since I've been around you has been different from like knowing where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody making t-shirts now. We've been doing that. Like we didn't even know what that machine was when Marty brought it into the shop. We're like, man, what is that spinning thing? And look up 2 months later, bro, we making t-shirts. We traveling with like known faith-based ministers, artists, and it was crazy just being around these people. And whenever somebody asks me about like where I get my style from, it's like I never say you specifically. Yeah. Because, you know. Sure. But when we used to be in your studio, the only way you used to listen to our songs, you said it has to be creative and fact-based. Like, as long as you're creative factorially, you know, if you make a sell you million records, you're going to feel better about yourself. But if you sell $1 million records, you know, telling somebody else's story, you know, it's kind of, you know, baseless. So we, like me, Donnie, we always
Y'all
wrote
did that, man.
like we always stayed lyrical, but we wasn't running into nobody's houses and.
No, y'all weren't doing it.
And we knew we couldn't even record that at the studio.
No. But y'all took it, and y'all took it to another level because it forced y'all to be creative.
Right.
Y'all came up with words. Y'all started making up words that drill the two worlds together, you know? And the vision and the perception y'all had of life, it was remarkable, man. I used to hear Donnie, you know, one of his famous lyrics, I come from Dixie, where all the tricks be.
Right.
You remember that line?
Right,
But for him to see it that way, you know, it showed me that your creativity surpassed our generation, man. So I'm grateful that y'all took the challenge. And that's kind of where I am now with the Amazing Movement. It's been a challenge for me to be creative enough to say, you don't have to be in religion in order to experience the amazing love of God.
You don't have to.
You don't have to be in a church in order to experience the amazing love of God. You don't even have to be saved. He loved me before I got saved.
Right.
I think sometimes we forget about that. We think God loves us because we're saved. No, it's the mere fact that we were loved by him that qualified us to be saved. And that's what this Amazing Movement is all about. Now it has turned into a talk show. Man, I'm so excited about that because I get a chance to do what you do. I highlight those who are moving and shaking in life.
Right.
You focus on artists and music and things of that nature. I focus on those who are getting things done in the community, getting things done in the kingdom, politicians, business owners, entrepreneurs, those who are going after their dreams in the amazing love of God. So, man, thank you for the shout out with the show, man. It'll be re-airing coming soon, the second season. Talking to Terrence about that right now. You know.
I don't know what Terrence doing. I thought he probably had a sensor on his cameras or something. He'll be here by now, but this episode is, you know, is always gonna be dear to my heart, of course, but it also been fun.
Yeah, man.
It's been really fun. Let's get back some more into your content, man. His Love is amazing.
Yes, sir.
I know you, the thoughts and the faith and the dreams that you have for it is probably bigger than we can actually discuss right now, but give us a little bit more, you know, insight on where we're going with it.
Yeah.
How can we get in, you know, how can people get involved with it, you know, or get in, you know, things like that.
You know, what's funny about it, as you talk about the size of it, for the first time in my life, I usually feel like I'm coming to God and believing God for big things, and I'm, you know, seeing the bigger picture. But with this, I've literally been trying to keep up with God. He has been blowing my mind, man.
Right.
The doors that's opening. I just told a mentor of mine this morning how I don't feel like I'm equipped for the magnitude of where it's going. It's almost like I have to get my mind and my eyes reconditioned because it's so huge, BJ. Just recently, we signed a resolution with the mayor of Lafayette. His name is Josh Guillory. He's a believer. He brought me just the other day in a room of about 38, 40 pastors, man. Introduced me to him, introduced the movement to me, gave them the opportunity to hear about our movement and our curriculum, and the doors just wazooed, just opened up for us, man. And I mean, it's amazing,
it's a blessing.
The things that God is doing. But these mayors are not just buying a T-shirt. Right. They're signing proclamations, proclaiming and declaring God's love on January 1st, starting the year off, that we all stand together. We don't have to go to the same church. We don't have to be in the same denomination. But if we recognize that God is amazing and so is his love, we can do that in unity. I was sharing with someone, we don't have to be in uniform to be unified.
Right.
We can be in different uniforms, but still be unified in our belief and our stands. And that's what this day means to me, man. Amazing movement, the amazing love of God is all about us standing together and saying, hey, I got my differences, you have yours. You're black, I'm white. You're Japanese, I'm Spanish. It doesn't matter. God's love is amazing.
Reason why I'm speechless, I'm gonna keep it real with you. To actually like, cause I know you probably do it to me sometimes, but to look at, you know, look at you, look at Donnie, look at everybody that been in the situation, how we been linked and just where we at now. And I've been trying to avoid this for the longest during this interview, but can you tell them where we from?
Man, we from the streets of Dixie, man. 70805, the worst criminal-based subdivision in the city of Baton Rouge, which is number 5 as it relates to the worst crimes in any state here in the country, man.
And it's crazy because they ask me, like, man, you be from, like, hustle, man, I want you to get on this song. And they'll send me the song, and I gotta, like, kill a baby and, like, burn down the house. And it's like, dawg, I can't do that.
Oh, my God.
And it, like, you know, they try to correlate. And, you know, saying all that to say this, just knowing you, it's nothing.
Johnny,
I never feel like I can't accomplish nothing.
Johnny, we used to walk out our door, and one of our best friends had just got shot the night before. We used to travel the streets, going to the corner store, buying jungle juices, and
we played ball on the corner that had blood on it.
Just right there, never cleaned up.
They didn't even clean the blood up.
Right there.
We went outside the next day and hooped on that corner.
We would dodge gunshots at 6:30, and we'd be back outside at 6:45 playing basketball. Literally.
Right. Everybody, grandmother called everybody. Hey, I know who that was. Who that was.
I think that's why I have tremendous issues. Like, I grew up in hip hop. You grew up in hip hop.
Right.
I got tremendous issues that when a lot of people from this generation put on a facade as it relates to the thug life and.
Please don't get it twisted.
Oh.
Mardia didn't play, dog. Like, please don't get it twisted. Like, and that's the deep end of our story is because, like I say, like I used to just
I couldn't know, BJ. Right. Let's be honest, man.
I used to see you just like in, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, even when you was doing that, we didn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel what I'm saying? And so when we did actually come to you, it's like, you know, we knew I always knew he was a barber entrepreneur. But then it's like minister, like, oh, Marty about to be on this pastor stuff. And then it's like, wait, no, he not. He's actually just trying to save us. It ain't even about him.
That's good.
And so.
That's good. And it's funny that you say that because I mentioned earlier about the nephews and how we grew up. That was all I was actually trying to do, man. I wanted to save my nieces and nephews.
And you knew I can't say Donnie if I don't say Doodoo.
Yeah.
And here come BJ.
Yeah.
Got Chris.
Yeah.
Here go
Every
Brandon.
day, y'all, same people, you know.
And you never told none of us no.
No, man. I had to protect y'all. I had to protect y'all from mistakes that I had made. I had to protect y'all from not navigating your way through. See, one thing about the hood, and I pray that whoever's watching this will get this one thing. One thing about the hood, God is not surprised at the environment that he places you in. If we can get over that for a second and stop acting like it's a shock to God that just next door somebody just got stabbed and on the other side somebody just got robbed and on the other side somebody just got molested. God knows exactly where you are. He put you there. And when I could get you guys to realize that, you became strong, creative, and you began to walk in dominion over that environment versus allowing that dominion to determine who you were. And I could watch y'all playing ball with the same thugs who going their way. When the ball game is over, y'all going this way, they're going that way. And they never led y'all. Y'all would always lead them. And that's what I wanted the most for your generation, my children now, the generation to come, to know that God put you on this earth for a specific assignment. Not to be led astray, but to lead others in the way that he would have you go, man. And so coming out of 70805, it's a living testimony that God is able to do all.
Mama, we made it.
Mama, we made it.
Friday night flows, man. It's been a pleasure sitting here, you know.
Yes, sir.
You know, catching up with you. I am going to put in a word with Terrence when I get back to the office. We need you on Table Talk.
All right.
But before we get out of here, inform them how they can stay in touch with you, stay in touch with the ministry, stay in touch with the movement.
Cool. Well, the biggest thing right now outside the movement is a new album is getting ready to drop.
Forgot about
new
that.
album, man, getting ready to drop.
See what I'm saying?
Dominion is the title of this album. Now, don't get it twisted with that stuff going on in the legislature. Dominion, the dominion that God gave Adam in the beginning. This album is all about that. Songs like Amazing, Miracles. We got one called Fly. We got one called Eagles. My wife's favorite, The Blood of Jesus. I got one that's about to drop that Terrence is actually going to help me shoot the video on called One King. And that album, man, I'm very excited about it. Now, BJ, you was on the first album with one of my skits, man, Street Ministry. Yeah. And my wife loves that album as well. But I want you guys to get ready for Dominion. It's going to be in all of the major platforms. Right now, you can Google my name. I'm on iTunes, Google, etc. God has blessed us with about 4 singles that have already been released from the upcoming album. So you can kind of get ready for what the project will consist of. And then finally, please, if you haven't already, I want to say thank you if you have. If you become a part of this amazing movement and you have your t-shirt that declares that God's love is amazing, we thank you. But if you haven't yet, this is real. It has nothing to do with gimmicks, tricks, or any facades. All we want you to know is one thing, that God's love is amazing. And if you're willing to declare that with us, as the numbers grow all across the nation, from Lafayette to Simsport to St. Martinville, Plaquemine, here in Baton Rouge, mayors all over are declaring that January 1st is the Amazing Love of God Celebration Day. Will you join us? Will you become one of the million? And on January 1st, stand and say that if it wasn't for the God I serve, I couldn't have made it out of zip codes like 70805. Listen, it's been a blessing. You can find me at mardiascott.com, mardiascott.com. Keep us posted on what's going on in your life and allow us to minister to you anytime, 24/7. Hit us up, DM, text, whatever. We're here.
Shout out Pastor Lick.
Yes, sir. Shout out to
Shout
Pastor
out
Lick.
to you, Spears.
Yes, sir.
Shout out 70805. Shout out Dixie, Francois, all these good people that we grew up with. Shout out Patrick Scott. Let's run through some names.
Go ahead. Let Mustard. You know, can't
Shout
leave
out
out
Jerome.
Jerome Watkins. You can't
Shout
leave
out Big John.
Big John. What about Carlos?
Shout out Los.
Yes, sir.
The whole
Jamie.
Foster family out Tuscarora.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't know if you remember Noah,
Coca
man.
said in Winnebago. Everybody who stayed in that corner.
Definitely.
Everybody who stayed in them houses.
Jesse Thomas, Key
Jesse
5.
Thomas.
Big shout out to Key 5. Have you
shout
been
out to
following Key 5?
Yeah.
Key 5 doing
He
his
go-
thing,
yeah.
man. Yeah, straight out of Dixon.
Straight out of Dixon.
Key run from Dixon.
Tim Williams plays for the Packers. He grew up in the
Tim Williams,
dead
man.
end.
That's right. That's right.
She grew up in the dead end.
Oh,
Shout out his
man.
sister Brittany, played for UNO.
70805, Brittany, man.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Terrell Smith and
Preston
Duda.
Coleman.
Preston.
Come on, man.
E.T. Brandon
E.T.,
Jones.
yeah, I follow him on
Capital
social
High
media.
legend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Baton Rouge Baller legend.
Razors, you know, he was the
Yeah,
MVP
you know.
of it for us.
We
you know.
stomped y'all.
Don't do it.
Stan, we used to beat the
Don't
brakes
do it,
off
BJ.
y'all.
BJ.
And the funny part,
E.T.,
the
don't
funny
let him
part,
do
they
it.
beat us in the gym. Like if we play in the neighborhood, they'll run us in the gym. Boy, we get on that basketball court with them refs, they don't know what to do.
But see, Stan had that legacy
press.
on me. You know
That
what I mean?
press. Ooh, that
Stan,
press.
Stan to look at the referees and they'll change
All
the
we gotta
call.
do is we gotta make E.T. mad and tell Danny you're not gonna shoot today.
Oh.
You're not gonna shoot today. Kobe, you can beat us. We don't care what you do.
That's it. That's
E.T., we gonna make you mad and Danny, you ain't shooting today.
That's it. That's it. It was on though, man. The rivalry kept it going though.
Yeah.
The Razors, baby. We was razor sharp though. You can't doubt that. Love you, man. I'm
Love
so
you too,
proud
man.
of you, man. For real. Johnny Hustle, you doing your thing. Quick. Let me ask you, where you about to go now?
Well, I'm doing major production with Mad Game Entertainment right now. If y'all like right now, like entertainment wise, I'm kind of slow because I am also the AC guy. Y'all can catch me. AC technician. We about to, you know, rebrand and crank up for another spring and summer. But TV show, I'm gonna be working with my homeboy Will Merrill. Shout out, we got late night shift with Will Merrill coming up.
Come on.
And Laugh Not Laugh, later season 8 coming, baby.
Man, you're doing your thing, man. Congratulations. I think Terrence don't even understand what kind of jewel he have in you, man. And I pray that you would just
I'm a
stick with
beating
it.
post over there.
Come on.
I'm a beating post, man. I'm going to carry this. Johnny carry this. Like, they don't even respect me as Johnny Hustle, man. Okay.
You ought to be used to that, though, bro. You
Appreciate
gotta be
it,
used to
man.
that, though, man. Look, again, proud of you, man.
Love
Keep
you,
doing
man.
it. Keep pushing. Let God use you, man, whatever you do.
Friday Night Flows.